One day you're gonna have to pick a side.
You ever thought about leaving this shit behind?
Nah. Streets raised me.
I think that money gonna bring you peace.
We in too deep now.
I think survival is peace enough.
Somebody came here while I was fighting for my life and took from me.
What's up, man? High five?
It's new degree clinical 5X. It's the strongest degree ever. New degree clinical 5X with 5 types of protection. The strongest degree ever.
What's up, man? High five?
It's new degree clinical 5X. It's the strongest degree ever. New degree clinical 5X with 5 types of protection. The strongest degree ever.
What's up, man? High five?
It's new degree clinical 5X. It's the
Hey, what's up? It's your girl McKeelery, aka Yes, and real people in their purpose. This show was created to inspire, uplift, and challenge you to push beyond limitations, silence the doubt, and step fully into the vision that has been placed on your life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, creative, leader, dream chaser, or simply someone looking for motivation to keep going, you are in the right place tonight. So go ahead and tag a friend, share this live, and get ready for powerful dialogue, authentic moments, and life-changing insight. This is Live on the Fed Up Show, and the conversation starts right now. Welcome back to another episode of Live on the Fed Up Show, where we're here to inspire, empower, and motivate others to just be great in life and to go out and conquer their dreams. Today's episode, we are introducing a guest, an actor. He is a full-blown entertainer. He's taken over the entertainment industry, and he's doing big things and great things. And he's stopping by Live on the Fed Up Show to inspire the next creative and dreamer. So tonight, we're stepping into the world of entertainment, ambition, sacrifice, and the determination it takes to survive an industry built on pressure and persistence. Because our next guest understands something many people never see behind the cameras: the grind behind the dream. Behind every role, behind every opportunity, behind every successful moment people celebrate, there are auditions, setbacks, sleepless nights, self-doubt, and the courage to keep showing up even when nobody is clapping. From bringing characters to life, from navigating the ups and downs of the entertainment industry, to staying focused while building a name and legacy, Tyrone Betters represents resilience, creativity, and the power of refusing to quit on himself. Tonight, this conversation is going to be real. It's going to be funny. It's going to be inspiring and full of game for dream chasers everywhere. Please help me welcome to the Live on the Fed Up Show, the actor, the model, Tyrone Betters. Hey, my guy.
What's going on, man? That was phenomenal. That intro was
No.
amazing. I appreciate
Hey,
that.
don't don't hype me up. Thank you. Hey, but you deserve it. All of it is the truth. Especially since I'm able to watch your grind via Instagram and see everything you have going on, man. Kudos to you and congratulations on being a dream chaser who is not
I
afraid to
appreciate
conquer their
that.
dream.
I
Yes.
appreciate that. I really do.
Most definitely. So welcome to Live on the Fed Up Show. And basically we're here to inspire, motivate, and empower the next dreamer and the next creative. So I'm glad that you accepted the invitation to come on, and we're gonna jump into this interview, okay?
Let's do it.
How how long have you been in the entertainment industry?
Collectively, it's going on 18 years. So I started off in
Wow.
modeling when I was a freshman in college at Georgia Southern University, Hale Southern. Yeah, freshman year. This is fall 2008, and I was like, now I really didn't have any passions or inspiration to be in the field. I was actually just going to audition on a whim for I was really going to audition for a dance troupe, but I ended up missing it by a day. And so I ended up auditioning for a fashion show by the name of Blaction. And as they say, the rest is history. I got bit by the bug. I was bad, got good because of the training. And I knew this is what I wanted to do for my rest of my life. And that's what I've been doing. I transitioned going into acting around 4 years later, 3-4 years later. And after I graduated. And yeah, like that this has been the dream since I was 18 years old.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Has it been an easy journey?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I mean, you've heard from so many different people that you've interviewed, people interviews that we might watch on platforms. It has not been an easy journey. It definitely wasn't what I thought it would be. And in the journey, I've had to pivot so many times. I had to, fall back, gather myself and create a new plan of attack on things. It went from just focusing on modeling to now let me see if I can do this acting thing to let me see if I can start tailoring it in. But the main thing that I always leaned on was just understanding that it's going to take work, it's going to take discipline, and remaining a student. I think right now we're in a era or an age where so many people across crafts, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment. Well, I guess sports is entertainment, but in these different fields, they're not a student of their craft, right? It's I need an instant thing, and it's just it's training is very, very important. It's the foundation of creating long-lasting careers. As you see, some of our greatest actors that have ever done it, they still train to this day. You know what I mean? So I think it's important and imperative that those things has allowed me to just stay consistent and have the wherewithal to keep pushing forward. I was bad at modeling. I got good over time through training. I was bad at acting. I got good over time through training, and I still train to still remain a student. So it's a never ending battle. It's a never ending growth thing in your careers. Sorry.
Hey, this is what makes Live on the Fed Up Show a real podcast. You understand? It's okay. It's okay. Was that the kid? Was the kid?
Yeah, that's my little mama. My little mama.
It is what it is. This is what we do. Okay. I like it like this. It makes
me
comfortable too.
That's my world. That's my world right there. My daughter, right. That's everything.
Hey, she can knock down that lamp again if she wants to. Listen. But let me come to you. And since we said the journey is not easy, that means you had to go through some sacrifices. For those that's trying to conquer a dream, no matter what kind of dream it is, and it doesn't have to be acting, it doesn't have to be modeling, but whatever they're out on a mission to complete and conquer, what are just a few sacrifices they need to be prepared to be able to embark upon?
Oh man, time, money, patience. I think a lot of times people see things one way, especially now in the time that we're in. Let's just take acting for instance. The Tubi phenomenon has garnered so much that people are fresh into acting and demanding to be in speaking roles, demanding to do all of these different things, and they have no training. There's no disrespect to anybody, you know what I'm saying? But some of these producers, they're not helping because they'll just give them a role, you know what I mean? Or they'll run it how they want to, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of the times understanding that yes, things have changed. So when I started, we had to go into the rooms and audition. I had to drive 4, 5, 6 hours for an audition. You know what I'm saying? Then turn around, drive it again for the callback. And then you might not book it. You know what I'm saying? The sacrifice of the time, the energy, the patience, understanding that I can't do everything, understanding that there was times I wanted to do something and I couldn't do those different things. I think the biggest thing right now is I messed off so much early in my earlier years. So around 23 to 27, 28, I was not focused. I'm gonna be honest. Like I was outside, I was trying to be a party promoter, I was trying to be an artist manager. I tried to have so many different hats that I put myself in what I really wanted to do on the back burner because I felt like, well, they're a little bit more talented at what they do than what I do. So let me put my energy into them. And that was the first lesson that I learned and I learned it the hard way, but I learned that don't put more to anybody that's not willing to put it into themselves. So everything that I learned, I put it into myself now. So now that I'm older, now that I'm a dad, I'm so gung-ho and focused on what I wanted to do, but I wouldn't have learned that without going through the journey. I thought that it would happen fast for me in modeling. I really did. And I had the passion for it. I had the patience for it. But again, I'm 5'9", so it's only so much you can do. And unless you undeniable, and it's okay. It's still training. I wasn't undeniable, but I'm consistent and I'm persistent. You know what I mean? Over time, like if you just Google Tyrone Betters, you'll see my earlier work. You see my recent work. You'll see so many different things that I've been able to do over the span of 18 years. You know what I'm saying? So I think that my understanding that I had to be 110% down for the long haul, right? There were times I wanted to quit. There were times I did quit, but it ended up becoming a pause and not a quit because God has always put on my heart that this is what I'm supposed to be doing because I couldn't let it go. As much as I wanted to quit, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. He wouldn't let me stop thinking about it. He wouldn't let me stop pursuing it. He would not let me put it down. Even when some family wasn't rocking with it, they were like, you might need to do something different. You might need to change. You might need to do this, do this, do this. Friends wasn't rocking with it. You know what I mean? So I think it was a lot of times where you just understand that the vision was for you and not for nobody else. So you have to be obedient to. And I think I told myself in 2018 that I'm pressed on and pressing forward and understanding that you got me here to this moment. And so for the next transitions, you'll have me for those moments as well. And once I dug deep in that and understood that I have to continuously show up, even when there's days I don't feel like it, I have to still press forward and get it done. You know, so now we're in a position where we're auditioning for some of the best things I've ever auditioned for in my life. I get to, dictate what I want to do. I get to, have a standard that I set for myself. And I'm a SAG-AFTRA member as an actor, and I get to like really just be diligent in the things that I want to do and be selective in the things that I want to do until it's time for me to really, really do everything that I want to do. And we're still working. You have to do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do.
I like that. I like that. And one thing I can piggyback off of is you said in your younger years you weren't focused and you were taking jobs and doing this, that, and another. I can relate to that because I told him I think when I hit 40 last year, I was like, look, either I'm gonna do it or I'm not. If I want to do it, I got to go ahead and hit the ground running this time because yeah, girl, you're getting old. Okay, you're getting old. You're getting old. So. But I would say, though, when I look back over things now, if I would have had the grinding mindset I have now, I feel like I'd have been further along on the journey because there was a lot of times I was just like, it's going to happen. God going to let it happen. He don't gave me the vision. He said it's for me. It's just going to happen. But I didn't put the work behind it.
And that's
the
the
work
key
didn't
right
come
there.
until that's the key.
That's
and the work
key.
didn't come. I'm just going to be straight up. I didn't really have the right work ethic until last year, until I hit my 40 because it was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, yeah, come on, get it together. So I can definitely relate to that. So to those that are watching now, it's never too late because we know some real old people that have jumped in the game at 70 and 80 years old, and they killing it. Okay, they killing it. But what we're saying is time is of an essence because tomorrow is not promised to none of us, and we don't know the day, nor the hour, or the second, when we're going to be called home. So therefore, whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and do it now, especially while you got some youth in you, because them knees don't bend like they used to. Okay, and if you're anything like me, my anxiety kicks in when I'm in heavy traffic. So go out there and go ahead and just take the leap, man, and don't keep waiting and procrastinating.
Absolutely. And then I call it the aha moment. Everybody comes to the aha moment. You can have your aha moment at 18, you can have it at 25, you can have it at 30. I think for me it was around 28. Um, but it's that moment where it's like, you know what? I got to put this work in, and I'm not giving it my full. I'm not giving it my full all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once you know that you got to do that, you do. Once you start positioning, once you change mindsets, once you change everything around you to go after what it is that you want, God will do the rest. God will absolutely do the rest. Case in point, going to Atlanta, I was just going to Atlanta like kicking for real, and lo and behold, they bring in Indie Night Fest out there. And I didn't even know it was going to be out there until I found out like a week before. And I was like, oh, snap, they're going to be out there. Cool. Let me just get this ticket real quick and go. And then we was able to do some good networking and all this thing. And then I was able to meet you on there as well. So it's just like sometimes things just happen when you're moving in obedience and moving in patience. Like a lot of times, I know this for a fact. When I show up in a room, God has already moved and transitioned in the room. That when I show up in a room, something's going to happen. A connection is going to get made. A person is going to recognize me. A friend that I might have made on social media or I met at another place. Something is going to happen when I walk in the room. So I always make sure that I walk in the room with gratitude. That I lead with love when it comes to dealing with individuals and people that I'm meeting when I'm out and about, and have that the servant mindset as well. Like I think the biggest thing that I've been working and cultivating on is my why, and it's something that's always changed. Now, one of my biggest whys, of course, is my daughter, but I believe that my main why is to entertain the masses while also being of service in the entertainment field. I think it's important because it's not always about who can do for you. It's about how can you be of service to others, right? Because I think that, and I say this all the time, if your vision, if your dream, if your goal are solely for you, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. And the reason it's not big enough is because I understand that the impact that I have and I want to have is going to be big enough to feed many. It's not going to be just about me. And so even now, there's times where if you've been paying attention to my socials, that I do giveaways, right? So the biggest thing that I ask actors or I ask people that want to participate is, what is your why? Right? Because I think that if you can't even articulate your why, do you really want to be doing it? Because I think if your why is to be rich and famous and to be seen, I don't think it's big enough. I don't think that's a big enough why. I'm not saying that I don't think that's something that can sustain you to stay in it when you don't get an audition for a year or two, or something to sustain you when you don't get a booking in 3 years, right? There has to be something in you, innate in you, to keep you going. One, you have to have a love for the craft. Two is have a love for enough love for the craft to know that I don't want to just put my name on anything. I went through the thing. I went through the thing where when I was first learning, I was doing student film after student film after student film. At that time, it really wasn't a lot of independent film stuff going on. Especially Tubi wasn't a thing. Streaming wasn't really a thing at that time either. But I fell in love with the craft, and I really enjoyed acting. And then I was trash, and I just started consistently getting better. You know what I mean? And so then it started allowing me to cultivate my why and then understanding how to impact others. And I think that's very, very important. Not saying that everybody else has to, move like that. I'm just saying like my core and what moves me. And I'm not deviating from that. I'm anchored in who I am, and being anchored in that who I am and whose I am. And because I'm anchored in that, everything else has been able to do what it's supposed to do.
Most definitely. Boy, you deep. You sure you ain't no pastor?
I know I got that. I got that blood over me. I know that. I got that oil on, as they say.
Listen, what type of role would you never want to play in real life?
Never want to play? Huh. I really don't do like. I'm not a big advocate for like same sex roles, like same sex relationship roles. That's really not my thing. Nothing against that, but it's just to my core. I don't think that I could bring those type of stories to life. Not me. I think there are perfect people that can bring those type of stories to life. But again, I think that, and this is just me, when it comes to the black actor, when it comes to the people in this space, acting ain't just acting.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's
Yeah.
not, because we like to say it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
And
People forget.
a lot of
Yeah.
times, the things that we do, the things that we put out, I have a daughter. You know what I mean? I have all of these different things that's going on, that there's certain things that I don't want to put out. I've played plenty of bad guys. I've played plenty, and it's not, let me just say antagonists. I played plenty of different antagonists that I might not agree with them, but I don't judge them either. You know what I mean? I never
Yeah.
judge my characters. I see their point of view, because in their eyes, they're right in what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of it is, if I pray on it and in my spirit it's not settled, I can't do it. That
And I
that starts
actually,
with the audition. Like, there's times that
yeah.
I've turned down auditions, and I'm not a big advocate for turning down auditions. I'm gonna be honest. I try to get every audition that my agent gives me. I try to get them in as much as possible. But if I know it's not, if it's unsettled in my spirit, and I know that I'm not going to be able to give the best performance for it, I can't do it.
Yeah. And I asked you that for a reason. And that is because for those coming up behind you on this journey, some may be scared to turn down an audition. Some may be scared
Mm-hmm.
to say, no, I won't do that role. What kind of advice would you give someone that's stepping into the industry, fresh face, that's offered that type of role? And then, like you said, their spirit, they like, I don't really relate to that. I really don't want to do it. What type of advice would you give them in regards to either turning it down or a way to turn it down without
I,
losing the
I would
opportunity?
say the biggest thing is I have a very, very big prayer life. Me and God is connected like crazy. So I hardly ever make a decision without praying on it. It's very important to be grounded in something. I'm not saying that everybody doesn't believe in what I believe, but what I am saying
Mm-hmm.
is have your foundation and be set firm in it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you say yes to anything that's against what you are about, you'll say yes to everything that you're not about. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, you cannot be for
Mm-hmm.
sale in this thing. You cannot be for sale. And it's
Yes.
going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You want this opportunity. I don't care who's on the marquee or whose name is on it or this, that, and the third. If it goes against you, if you know to your core that you can't do it, then it has to be a no. Because the moment you say yes and you do something that you really don't want to do, you'll regret it. You'll regret it. You'll regret it. These are things
Mm-hmm.
that, once you're in the scene, they can make you feel as comfortable as possible. But if in your body, if you're in your soul and your spirit is out of place and it's uncomfortable, you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to do it with the best conscience. And again, this is whatever is centered for you, right? I'm not going to tell
Mm-hmm.
nobody just to say no to something. If you cool with that, and it's cool with you and everything is centered for you, then I say go out and do it abundantly. You know what I'm saying? But for those
Mm-hmm.
are that don't make a decision without being centered, I'm telling you, because I have done those things. I have did the jobs that I hated them. I hated them, you know what I mean? Especially early on in my career, as a model and stuff, So I don't live in regret. I don't live in regret. I'm sorry, it's regret. I don't live in regret, but I
You good?
also understand the power of saying no. No is a very powerful thing, and you
Mm-hmm.
have the right to say that, And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, can't nobody give or take nothing from you that's not yours. I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I've to this day until forever, I'm gonna consistently hear no. I'm gonna consistently hear not right now. I'm going to consistently say you're not the guy, and that's okay. We're going to keep pressing forward because what's for me will never miss me. It won't,
Come
because
on.
what was for me,
Yes.
I got it. You don't get
Yes.
the resume that I have. You don't get the opportunities I have if there wasn't nothing for you. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody took
Mm-hmm.
anything away and gave it to me. It was already mine before I even got
Mm-hmm.
it. It was me preparing
Yes.
myself to be ready for these things, to do the 40 plus commercials that I've done, to do the productions that I've been able to be a part of, to do these different things. I put the work in and I worked my tail off. I worked my tail off over the years. It was a lot of no's.
Yeah.
It was new representation. It was countless hours in classes. It was paying for workshops, paying for headshots, paying for over the course of years. Nothing ever just came easy. Nothing ever came easy. Not for me. Not for the 5'9" kid from Dallas. I couldn't grow a beard to save my life at that time. And going back and forth, being in Georgia at that time while I was going to school, but I would come back up, I would go down to Atlanta, and agencies telling me, you're not what we're looking for. We're looking for this type of person. We're looking for that type of person. I got all of that. I got all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, what I didn't quit. I didn't let it hinder me. And the people, some of the agencies that told me those things, they're no longer here. So everything has its time. Everything has its course. Everything has what it has. And it's on us to press forward. Because if you allow a no to stop you, then do you really want it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I've heard people, when we stopped doing in-person auditions and people and we had to start doing self-tapes, I've heard people quit acting. How could you quit something that you love? Yeah. Because the medium changed. Yeah. Right? I hear it all the time from people that's in LA and they wish they could go back to the room. I mean, I feel y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I got some of my biggest opportunities off self-tape, right? Yeah. I couldn't just drive or get on a flight to go to LA for an audition and then go back for this and a third. That was the life that I had to live because I'm not a LA local, right? Yeah. So I can understand their gripes, but y'all is one center of the area, or going up to New York, the Southeast, Southwest, all of the smaller city places, we had to get it out the mud. Get it out the mud. A lot of people had to uproot from where they live to go to LA or go to New York for opportunities. Now, if the goal now is, shoot, if I just got to make myself a hot name, that ain't nothing. I just got to keep putting in more work. I got to go travel. I'd rather travel, but be based here. I'm from here. I'm a Dallas boy. And that's not changing. So all of these things that we're saying, it just continuously goes back to the stay dedicated, stay on your grind, understand your why, stay grounded in who you are, and allow God to bring the opportunities to you as you consistently work on your craft.
Yeah. Now I want to take a quick break just to show, because you mentioned your commercials, how many commercials and stuff you've done. I just want to show one of your commercials and then we're going to go back to the questions. Okay. Now,
what's up, man? High five.
Yeah.
It's New Degree Clinical 5X. It's the strongest degree ever. New Degree Clinical 5X with 5 types of protection. The strongest degree ever.
Yes. But you know what I'm saying? How was it to step on set with Candace Parker? You know, and you in a degree commercial. Like, this is a commercial when you at the house chilling and it just come across the screen in the middle of a episode or something, and that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was it to step on set?
I'm gonna be honest, it was amazing. Like, so when they sent out the breakdown, I just knew I was doing a degree commercial. That's it. But when they sent out the call sheet, I looked on there and I saw Candace Parker and I was like, oh snap, Candace Parker gonna be her. I didn't think about nothing. But you know, like when it comes to like athletes or famous, I'm gonna say quote unquote famous people or people, you know, of notoriety, and that don't move me. I'm gonna be honest. It don't, unless it's like Denzel Washington. Then that probably get me out my body. But outside of that, like shoot, that I'm on the same playing field. Like I think Candace Parker one of the GOAT, and she was one of the coolest people that ever played this game. I'm not even gonna hold you, but it was awesome just being on set, the banter back and forth. We talking about the Dallas Cowboys. That's my team, and talking about Dak. I'm gonna refrain from talking about all of that stuff when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, but. What I will say, we were just having a real conversation. Me, her, Chet. It was amazing, and we just got the job done. So the one thing about me is when I'm on set to do my job, and then when we rap, then we can do the other stuff. But I'm on set to do my job, whether that's a commercial, whether that's on productions or whatever. I've by the grace of God been able to perform across on set with some of the most amazing actors and actresses that's ever graced some of these stages. Candace Cameron Bure, I was able to do a movie with her. They cut my scene out, but it was amazing that we was able to get that banter And then at the same time, they gave me more lines for my scene at that time. You know, I was able to act across Zachary Levi with Unbreakable Boy. That was actually that was the first SAG-AFTRA principal role. Well, I guess you could say principal role that I had, co-star role, and I guess guest star. Let me say guest star. I'm just going through in my head, but that was the first time that I was able to do that. And of course, we done Tubi movies as well. Worked across Jamal Willard, my dog Trey Chaney, and a few and plethora of others. I think right now is the time for me to just consistently keep showing up. We're auditioning at a high clip, and I know what I bring to the table. Right now, you actually played it. I'm working on a film called 3% that I'm leading, and shout out to my guy Truman. He's the executive producer, and then my guy. Okay, and then my guy. Kurjan.
Streets right.
He's actually the director on this and helping produce it as well. It's just been an amazing opportunity to really show what I can do. And this is some of my best work to date. And even from the trailer don't really the trailer is dope, but it don't really do no justice.
Well,
and I'm excited to
it took from me.
I'm really excited for the world to see. We are so close to being done. But once we done, and I'm really gonna get to work because they're actually allowing me to help on the promotional side. So right now, the biggest thing that I'm doing when I'm going out of town, I'm actually going to the ABFF Film Festival. I fly out tomorrow, and just while out there, you know, just connecting, networking. You know what I'm saying? And I like to network across. It's so many of my fellow actors and actresses that's in this grind, and we're across markets that we get to go to Miami, and I get to meet some of them for the first time, get to connect with people on the first time. One of my good friends, he's actually one of the social media coordinators for Nice Crowd, which puts on ABFF. And it's just, you know, it's an opportunity to, you know, connect, be seen, you know, and it's the same thing I did when they came out here to Dallas. They came out here for the pop-up. So, you know, they was doing pop-up events towards the end of last year. So they came to Dallas and got to make some connections, did some different good things. And then coming into this year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to ABFF and we're gonna be headed out there. So I'm very, very excited about the things that's happening because I feel like when I put my name on something and when I say I got somebody back as a number one on a call sheet, it's more than just being the face of the production, right? A lot of things happen. There's times where people was losing their mind. It was things that came up. I really had to sacrifice on some things, and it happens. But when I'm building with people that I trust, I have no problem doing that because I've always learned how to play my role. Mind you, in 2014, I was managing an artist. I wasn't the front person, but I had to play my role. I had to create these campaigns. I had to create these graphics or get these graphics created. I had to do the things for one person. So it's easier to do it for myself because I know what I'm looking for. We just did a photo shoot today. Before we came out, I made sure I got me a shoot in, and I'm trying to get a shoot while I'm out there in Miami. And I'm always thinking about how do we move the brand forward? Because yes, I have an agent and I have a manager, but at the same time, they move to the beat of my drum. So if I don't do my job, they can't do their job. You know what I mean? So the one thing about me is I don't like to wait on people. I'm big on. I'm not a big waiter of people to get things done. I'll put the ball in your hand, but if there's no motion or movement in the way that we need to fit, I have no problem stepping up and making something happen.
Yes. Now, let me ask you, have you ever felt overlooked in the industry? And if you have, how did you deal with that?
I feel overlooked now. I really do. I think I have to stop internalizing things because one, it's a lot of people that don't know who I am, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I feel like the work ethic and the work speak for itself when people watch it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that feels overlooked within the craft. I think it just hits me a little bit more personally because of I know how hard I work. I know how hard I work, and I know the things that you know what I'm saying I sacrifice for. You know, so yeah, there's times where I feel extremely overlooked, but I don't allow it to dictate anything other than I might be like, why y'all not supporting? Why y'all this and the third? But then, you know, I check myself all the time. Like, life is life. People have stuff going on. So some things are just bigger than you. So the only thing that you can do is focus on what it is that you want and go after it. And the people that see it and the people that support it and the people that's supposed to be around will be around. They will be around. When it came to, it's crazy. I didn't even know I was gonna see you when I was in Atlanta, but even at that time, we was able to do just connect on that level. You know what I mean? And the energy was real and infectious. But you know, that's just how I roll. That's just how I roll. I'm a people person. Like, especially when you good stock. When you're around people that's good people, that's where you see me shine. That's where you see me laugh. That's where you see me. Hey, how can we promote what you got going on? Hey, let me see if I can connect you with this. Like, anytime somebody asks me for something, I used to do consultations. I don't even do those anymore. So when people reach out for information, I just give the information because I feel like that's what God is leading me to do. Because I could give you everything I know, and you can't do it like me.
Can't do it.
You
There
can't
you
do it
go.
like me because
There
one,
you go.
not only have I been doing it longer, I'm just in a different pocket.
Yeah.
I'm a different animal when it comes to these things. So, you know, I'm not gonna just sit here and just say that I'm just better than everybody. But what I am saying, I'm better. I'm the best Tyrone better there is. The only
Yes.
Tyrone better there is. So it
You got
is
the
what
right
it is when
last
it comes
name.
to that.
Got the
Thank you.
right last name.
I
But I
appreciate
will
it.
say it was a pleasure because we connected via Instagram, and we set up the interview and the date or whatever. And then just so happened, by coincidence, like you said, we end up running into each other at the Indie Night Film Festival in Atlanta. And let me tell you something. I spotted you on the sidewalk in front of the building because you were wearing that suit right there. Boy, you were sharp. You were sharp. Did you hear me? You were sharp, but you told me you were gonna be sharp. So, but when I shot you a message like, hey, is that you up there on the sidewalk? You was like, wait a minute, that's you in the green. I'm like, it is. And like you said, it was an instant connection, and positive
Absolutely.
vibes just meet positive vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So hey, I loved it. I love the support you've given from day one since we connected on Instagram. It's been real. You know, we share each other stuff, and it's not even like I'm doing it for something in return. You're not doing it for something in
Nah,
return. It's just a genuine. We want to see each other win. So I appreciate you on that level, most definitely. But I do want
absolutely.
to ask you, how do you protect your confidence in an industry when it's full of rejection and comparison? How do you stay confident in
Mm.
your craft?
Early on in my career, it was very tough. I'm gonna say that it was
Mm-hmm.
very tough. I always felt left out. I always felt like the oddball. I always felt like Tyrone will do it. If it wasn't Tyrone to do it, like he's like the last. He'll. All I know is I got Tyrone in the back. I'm gonna go after who I really want, and then if Tyrone is available, we'll just get Tyrone to do it. I got tired
Yeah.
of being that person, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
now I protect my peace,
Come
right?
on.
Sometimes, a lot of times, I stay out the way. You know,
Yes.
a year I've stopped drinking. It's been a year and 8 months now since I've last had a bit of alcohol. I'm in the gym consistently. I created a work routine for myself where I have a
Mm-hmm.
great job. My supervisor is in full support of my career, and we work in tandem. So last week I worked all week, Monday through Saturday. I worked all week, and I told him I'll step up for you, and he's like, "Hey, have a good trip." So there are
Mm.
things that I've been able to just be able to get a handle on when it came to my life, especially being a dad. You know, now she's 4, she'll be 5 in October. So it's
Yeah.
just so many different things that I just had to learn that I just like, you know what? If I get a no, the yes is on the way. The
Come
yes is
on.
on the way. You
Yes.
just get to the point now. I've auditioned for so much stuff nowadays. It's like, all right, cool, next opportunity. Now don't get me wrong, there are some times where I really wanted that. Or
Yeah.
case in point, Taylor Sheridan, he's shooting so many shows. So throughout his shows that he shot out here, I've probably auditioned 30 times across
Mm-hmm.
shows, right? I've been pinned once. And we just haven't been the right opportunity or the right fit. But they keep calling me in to read for stuff. So you know what's for me will be for me. You know, so
Yep.
we in the meantime we keep working. We stay diligent because again, if the only thing that's separating me is clout, then I'm cool. It can't be.
Yeah.
I just don't think that anybody is that much more talented than me. I'm personally, I don't believe that. You know, I'm not saying that they're not talented, but what I am saying is they're not. It's not, the gap is not that wide to where I have to worry about anything else, because I'm always working on my craft. I'm always in a workshop. I'm in a class. I'll hop in a class. I'll hop in a workshop. I'll read a little something. I'm always in a creative mindset. So I'm consistently always developing consistently, you know. So I just work too hard. I audition too frequently to just allow a no to stop anything that I got going on. Because
Most
guess what? Where a no comes, I'm gonna go create my own. Ain't nobody telling me to go do these photo shoots. Ain't nobody telling me to go out and travel, go to Atlanta. I was trying to push it to see if I could go to LA next month, but I'm probably not gonna be able to do it too. But around the August time, I'm trying to get out to Detroit for Detroit Film Festival. We'll see how that goes. And nobody's giving me these plans. Well, I mean, God is, but you know, you gotta have that. You gotta have it in you. Gotta have it in you. And a lot of times, people want things handed to them, and people just want things laid out, and it's just not ever going to be that way. You know what I mean? Especially, shoot, it's people that's like less than 3 years into the craft and feel like I need to be here, 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 here. You ain't putting enough work in. You ain't putting enough work in, brother, sister. You ain't putting enough work in. And I'm not saying that it takes that long. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, if you're not diligent in the work, and the work don't mean just doing a whole bunch of Tubi movies. I'm just going to be honest. That's not what the work means. The work means being diligent in the process of growing. It's hard to grow while you're working. Just going to be honest. So in the meantime, when you're not on set, get your butt in class, get the proper tools, reach out, get a mentor, do the different things that you need to do to develop into the person that you are. It's so many people, peers out here that are booking network. They're booking consistent SAG rated jobs everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? The indie scene is cool, you know what I mean? And it has helped a lot of people create their you know what I mean, their resumes and all these different things. But I think you have to have a goal of what you're trying to do, because if your goal is to get on Power and to get on all these shows, then you got to be in the vicinity of who's doing the things that you need to get on these shows. Who's the cast directors? Usually what you know, agencies are they leaning toward when it comes to these different things. Who's the showrunner? These are the different things that you will start questioning, so to see how you can consistently get into the spaces of getting on these shows. But you know, the biggest thing, the very much biggest thing, and the foundation of everything is remaining a student to your craft. And it's a never ending thing.
Most definitely. Let me ask you this. What advice would you give to young actors or beginner actors who want to try to break into the industry right now?
Find a good, these are the things that I would say. I'm going to say, one, get you a acting intensive class. So that's like a class where, you know, y'all can do scene study and all those different things. Also, get you a nice one-on-one acting class coach. I have a coach that I go to. His name is Calvin Walker. He's amazing. He's out here in Dallas, but he's amazing. A theater mind. He's just a great mind, and he works with a lot of talent that's out here, especially here. But he also works with other talent across the nation. Those two things right there, it'll help you, you know what I'm saying, break down certain things when it comes to scripts, and then also it'll help you implement it within scene work, right? And so now it's a level of, all right, let me get this information down. All right, now let's play. Let's play and let's do it. Let's train. Don't be afraid of student films. Student films is amazing. These are other people that's in the industry that are in school for these things. So the school has different resources and stuff that you can use, and you start using those student films and creating those relationships. So anything like that. Don't be afraid to audition for indie films. Indie films are still doing different things out here as well. But be mindful of the type of caliber of work that you want to do, right? So anytime somebody wants me to work on something, I'll go back and look at their previous work. And if it's not up to par or anything that I'm trying to do, then, you know, I respectfully decline. building relationships is a thing, you know, but build across. I think Issa Rae said it. We build across and then build up, right? So many people are like, how can I get in front of people's faces that can help pull me up? Nah. Everybody is still out here eating. Everybody is still networking across and then building themselves up. You know what I mean? So I think that bit of information I just gave can do a lot of good things for you. When it comes to doing background, right? You don't want your resume to be full of background. Actually, do never put no background in your resume. Please don't. Please don't put background on your resume. I'd rather you have one play. So let's say you was in a play. Put that one play on your resume and then put your training on your resume and then build it up from there. When it comes to background is a great way to network, connect with other people. Now the best website that I will suggest is mycastingfile.com. Mycastingfile.com has allowed me to get SAG eligible. I've worked on different commercial jobs on there. I've worked on the set of back in the, well, I'm gonna say the revamp of Dallas. When they revamped that Dallas, we was able to work on background for that. This was when I was early on in my career. And then we had Queen of the South for 3 seasons. And then there was always the pickup stuff that'll pop up, and you know, I'll do stand in here or do something here or do something here, and it allowed me to just network and create a network with around other people within the field. So those little tidbits that I could give, if you get a casting networks page, get a actors access page, and also get a casting.com page. You want to get those pages. You can get you a free page. I believe a couple of them you can get put up 2 pictures, a theatrical and a commercial, and go from there. When it comes to headshots, you know, don't rush your headshots, but you want to make sure that you get a photographer that specializes in headshots. The reason I say that is they'll know what you need. You could get your friend to shoot a headshot for you. If you want to, that's cool. But for the things, if you're trying to do this for real, you want to get you a great for head photographers. And I know plenty that range from $100, $200 going all the way up and starting up at $4.99. But always remember, you get what you pay for.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
So that's
Lord.
just a little bit. Y'all can also reach out, follow me for any other tips and information and stuff. And I'm open book.
For those that would like to book you for whatever type of event or whatnot that they're having or hosting, how can someone book you?
Book me? Okay, so we could go through, it's a couple of different things. Y'all can reach out to me at tyronebetters@gmail.com. What I more than likely will do is like funnel it through my representation and we'll see how it works from there. I know some of the bigger things is I am SAG-AFTRA, so it's certain things that we got to work on and stuff, but I'm always down to, especially right now, I'm in a space where I'm big on like short film productions. I'll do features from now and again, but it just gotta sit right. And I'm big on the story. Like I like to read scripts that move me. I like to read characters that, you know, have edge to them, have layers to them. I think right now I'm really like focused on being very much more detail oriented when it comes to the projects that I do. But hey, you can always reach out, shoot me something, and I'll go from there. Now, when you do reach out, I know the bigger thing, a lot of people, when they reach out, they say, hey, Tyrone, I got a role for you. Are you interested? Now, don't get me wrong. Thank you for thinking of me about the role. But I always want to know, what's the story about? What's the character that you foresee me playing? And shoot dates. What are the possible shoot dates that you have? Like, this information is just for me to like really understand what's going on, because I don't just say yes. I don't just say yes, because I know a lot of people say I got a role for you down. I say, oh yeah, let's do it. Nah, like unless we really cut like that, and we worked before and I know you, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing, but I definitely need a breakdown of everything. I need to know what the movie's about, what's the synopsis, what's the character breakdown, all of those different things before I could give a yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. What do you have coming up in the near future that you can tell us about?
Oh man, so 3%, we're almost done with that. Once that comes out, I'm excited about that because I really get to really put my producer and EP hat on when it comes to some of the things that I'm trying to do. We finished a series with my girl Mo. It's called I Want It All. I don't know when it's gonna be streaming soon, but I think that's still in post right now. Let me see. Right now we have Love and Larceny season 1 is streaming right now. Shout out to my dog Food with the Camera, Jordan Marcel and Trey Cheney. It's been most popular. It's been all over on Tubi. So go binge since season 1. It's 4 episodes, and then we're cooking up on season 2. I'm waiting on information. So when it's time, right now we just dropped Rags to Riches. It's like a Martin meets Gina type of thing, and that's up on the Remy Network. Shout out to Alexis Monet with her vision and her mind. She's amazing. She's based out here in Dallas as well. Let's see. Right now, my 2 commercials are out. I only sent the one with a degree, but I also have Reliant Energy. So if you're like in the Southwest area, Reliant Energy is a big energy company, and so I'm on most of their social media campaigns. And yeah, I'm always working on something. So we'll be out at ABF. We'll be out in Miami and ABFF, connecting, networking, doing the dues. And then I believe I'm going to be August. We'll have Detroit Film Festival. I'm gonna shoot out there and just go network again. And we're just consistently working. That's it. Like if you follow me at Tyrone Betters on IG, you'll just be a part of everything that I have going on. Now, just a forewarning, I do post a lot. I'm consistent when it comes to posting. My goal is to get at least 3 or 4 posts a day. And there's some days that I like kind of fall back on stuff. But I always want people to understand, like, this is what we do. This is the foundation.
Yeah, gotta keep us in their face.
When you follow me, you get the work. I'm gonna show you the work, and I'm gonna show you some of the past work, because I kind of like to speed people up, because I've been doing this for a long time. I look young, but I'm not as young as people think I am.
Well, I'm gonna give you the last 2 questions all in one, and when
Okay.
you get to answering these 2, play another clip that you sent me of a project that you were working on. What kind of impact do you want your work to leave on an audience, as well as when it's all said and done 10 years from now, when someone says Tyrone Betters, what do you want them to remember most about your journey and your legacy in entertainment?
The biggest thing I want people to say is he did good work and he helped many people. Just like that.
Yes. And that what they'll speak on your legacy and your journey. Is that the same thing about your impact after they watch a movie?
Yep. The impact that I want the films is that I made you feel. I could have made you feel sad. I could have made you feel mad. I could have made you feel you don't know how you feel. Like I just the to make you feel, to move you in a way that, man, I really felt this character, or man, I really felt this. I felt this. I think that the impact of that, Yes. But I would rather much my service impact more. The talent is the talent, and we're going to continue to cultivate that. But how you treat people and how you help people matters.
Yes.
It matters.
Yes, it does.
And that is where your legacy really lies in.
Yes, I agree with that. And before I play this clip, I want to piggyback off something you said a little while ago, when you said it about your supervisor. For those that are watching, that are on a journey to conquer a dream, a lot of us still have a 9-to-5. Okay,
absolutely.
Some of us have a 9-to-5, a part-time, and a hustle, a few hustles. And I'm asked all the time, like, wait a minute, girl, I just saw you at the bank, and now you in Atlanta on the red carpet interviewing people. Hey, listen, when you want something, you figure it out. Now, after I do all that, now next week I might have to be at the chiropractor 2 times a week, and have to take me some Dr. Teal bubble baths and everything and everything. But when you hungry for something and you want something, you do everything you can to make it happen and to see it through. So I wanted them to, for those that may have missed it, for them to hear you say you still also have a job. You're doing movies. You flying out to Miami doing the film festivals. You constantly doing photo shoots, dropping new pictures, and you still working. So yeah, it's not as easy. We may make it look easy. And from the things we post, you be like, oh, damn, fully made it. They got it. Man, we out here straight grinding, okay? We straight grinding because, like you said, you have a 4-year-old. I have an 11-year-old. We got bills, we got family, we got things we have to make sure it gets taken care of, because if a project doesn't come through, them bills still waiting on a payment. You know, that
Absolutely.
11-year-old needs some more shoes for school. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So yay, man, if you want it, you'll make it work even with a 9 to 5.
And thank
But
God for
thank God.
family, you know.
Yeah,
Thank
there
God for
you go.
family.
You
Thank
took
God
you
for
took it
family
out
for
my mouth.
stepping in
I
and
was gonna
stepping
say
out.
it.
You
Yes.
know, we don't do
Yes.
this by ourselves. I got a whole village behind me, you know what I mean?
What you
And then
say.
they couldn't see it at first, you know. A lot of people didn't really see it at first, but because I've been
Mm-hmm.
persistent, I've been consistent, I keep showing up and doing
Yep.
things, you know, God, he'll sprinkle this here, sprinkle this here, sprinkle this here. And so the diligence that you show in the process and the commitment that you show to yourself and what it is that you say you want to do, God will
Mm-hmm.
triple that,
Yeah.
quadruple that. You know what I mean?
Quadruple
So
it.
it's all about consistently showing up and consistently giving your best effort and allowing God to do
Yes.
the rest.
Most definitely. Before we let Mr. Betters go, I want to play another clip of another project that he's working on and a part of. And after that clip, I'm gonna give y'all closing, and we're gonna make sure you go follow him on all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Tyrone Betters, Betters, Tyrone Betters. But
Like
let me
that.
play this clip real quick.
Sally, what's going on? Oh, nothing. Same old. Just out here trying to stop the bad guys. Feel that. How you settling in?
Pretty good. Look, I just want to do the best job I can, you know.
Look, you still young, alright? It's gonna take time and experience to learn these streets. So don't be so hard on yourself, man.
How long you been on the force?
12 years, man. Came in right after the army.
You plan on retiring
Maybe. That's if I don't get fired for busting some of these punks up out here. Oh, man. So, any leads on your investigations with the robberies?
here? Nah, not really, but I'm knowing there's some consistencies in the case. Most of the victims say it's two suspects.
Shit, let's get the motherfuckers in.
Hey,
You driving, I'm hopping in.
big.
Yes. Listen, Mr. Betters, man, kudos to you. Congratulations on everything, not just everything you've done and what you're doing, but the things to come. Bigger things are in store. I believe it because, like I said, I've been able to witness your grind via Instagram. And so I'm so proud of you. Thank you for not even knowing me, but as soon as we connected, you started. So you've been supporting ever since the day we connected on Instagram. So I sincerely appreciate that. Look, I can't wait for us to be on a project together in the near future. Thank you for the advice you've given me. Thank you for the referrals you've given me. I'm not gonna say which referral because we're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that when we meet up with that person in person and sign the docs and get the picture in person and drop it on social media. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you for that connection because yeah, the spirits in that conversation with that individual, man, I knew. I
Oh
knew after
yeah.
that
It's
45
real
minute
deal
conversation.
Holyfield. It's real
Yes,
deal
yes.
Holyfield. And I
After
love
that
working with
45-minute
people that get
conversation.
it. I love working
Yes,
with
man.
people that get it. That's what I love about
Mm-hmm.
all my agencies. I most of my agencies is boutique and
Mm-hmm.
all of those different things, you know. So, you know, it's a lot of good stuff that's going to
Yes.
come. So I'm excited.
Yes. So I appreciate that. And shout out, I want to shout out Miss Vanessa Tracy, Miss Eloise Pennington, Miss Sonia Green, the Legacy Magazine, because it's certain people that no matter when I do a live interview, they're on here, they're commenting, they're sharing, they're liking, and I appreciate that. If when you get a moment, check out the Legacy Magazine. They coming in on the post, but check them out. They did an article. Matter of fact, here it is. I keep it behind me in every interview. I was their feature on their
Oh wow,
magazine
look at
March
that.
of last year. My first featured magazine, and listen. I got a copy in my room, and I have a copy here. So yeah, it stays with me. But they listen. I truly enjoyed that interview. With them getting to know me and the thread that they did on me. I loved it. Like I said, I keep one in this room and I keep one in my bedroom. And I look back on that and I look at it and it's motivation. So check them out when you get a chance so they can run
I
your
will.
story and let everybody know about you all the way in Mississippi. And I do want to say this before I hit my closing. You in Dallas and you were talking about
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Cowboys.
I'm a
Shout
Cowboy
out
fan.
to one of my hometown people, Mr. Derek Foster, out there on the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's a defensive coordinator, but he's from my area. So shout out to D Foster. Yes, honey. So shout out to the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'm a Cowboys fan because of him. Okay.
I hear that.
So,
I hear you.
yeah. Yeah. So I might come out that way and we have to catch a game. Okay.
Let's
We
do
have
it.
to catch a game. Most definitely. Well, hey, it was an incredible conversation, inspiring conversation, very enlightening for those who are chasing a dream and trying to conquer a dream. So, Tyrone, once again, thank you for bringing your honesty, your humor, your journey to this platform, your truthfulness, and just telling the story, because it reminds us that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistency, sacrifice, resilience, and the courage to keep showing up even when the journey gets difficult. Tonight we laughed, we learned, and we got a real behind the scenes look into the grind of entertainment and chasing purpose. So to everyone watching, let tonight remind you that your dreams are worth fighting for, even when progress feels slow, because I've been at this 13 years, okay? So keep creating, keep growing, and don't let rejection stop your purpose. And to my fed up family, my true fed up family that supports every time I hit the live button, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. Alabama. He will be joining the platform and telling us all about his journey in the education field, because education matters. Okay, a
Absolutely.
journey really can't begin without that education. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. Make sure you follow Tyrone Betters. Make sure you follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel under Fed Up Production. It's a free subscription. Just hit subscribe. Join us again for another exciting episode of Lotto. And thank you for your knowledge and on your journey. And I wish you well, and kudos once again to you. Okay, my brother?
Yes. Thank you so
Yes.
much for having me. Thank you for this platform, and have a wonderful night.
Hey, you too. And until next time, I'm going to take this off because like my battery died. Until next time, stay focused, stay creative, and stay fed up about your purpose. Good night, everybody. It was your boy, Tyrone Betters, the actor in the motto. Ain't your girl, Makia Laree, a.k.a. Miss Fed Up, the host of Live on the Fed Up Show.